Hello, amigas, and welcome to Amiga Handle Your Shit podcast. So, another solo episode of mine. I think it's a rather important one, especially given the fact that we have so much going on. And uh, I think this is telling of where I'm at this stage of my life. So, amiga, here it goes. I've been thinking about this very deeply and personal. So, the last time I felt that level of exhilaration, I'm going to tell you, has been a long time. That kind that lives in your bones, that kind of like spark that ignites the fire. And I haven't felt that way professionally in a very long time. And I'm being very candid because I feel that there is probably someone out there that is going through this at present moment and is probably really scared. So that part of my life that felt so empowered, so driven, and exhilarated was when I passed the California bar in the year 2000. This was the first time I took the bar and I passed it. I couldn't believe it because it was like, oh my God. I was the first of everything in my family. And to think, this is way before social media. In fact, emails became a thing when I was in college. So talk about the dinosaur era, if you will, in terms of technology. So it was very interesting time, and it was an exhilarating time. And I remember that version of me who was hungry, who was focused, really certain. Everything about being a first gen, right? And so I felt like, wait, I've been in this. I was the first generation pupil in college, first generation to go to law school. I just kept breaking barriers left and right. And at that point, I didn't have any language, first generation, generational trauma. None of that existed. And then life happened. That passion, that thirst that I had kind of subsided. I'm giving myself grace here. It was the success, the pressure, expectations, and even a diagnosis with multiple sclerosis that could have rewritten everything about my story. But I didn't let that. That did not define me, and it didn't break me. But here's what I want to share with you today. For the first time in decades, amigas, I feel the energy again. I do. And it's coming from a place that I didn't expect. The AI revolution. Seriously. Like I said, I went from learning how to draft an email in college to color screens in college, from black and white to color screens. Then law school, everything was written, nothing was in computer. Taking the bar exam by hand, not by a laptop, by hand, and passing it the first time. A lot has changed, and it's going to continue to change, and it's going to be really fast, really quick. And so I ask you, when did you stop feeling alive? Because Lord knows, I know many amigas out there have stopped feeling alive. That spark, esa chispa. So, amiga, when was that last time you felt lit up, learning, not obligated, not overwhelmed, but activated? Somewhere along the way, many of us especially high achieving women like yours truly, we stopped being seekers and became maintainers. Ilk. As I say that, I not to say that maintaining is a bad thing. It's a good thing. But I know how I am, and I know my capacity and my capability, that this is not me. So I know some of you were first to do so many things, but then we got comfortable being the one who already did it. I sure as hell was. And without realizing it, we lost curiosity. Not because we were incapable, not because we were never taught how to evolve beyond survival success. So I feel that AI is awakening this 2.0 woman. And is it awakening you? And if it hasn't, this is your gentle reminder. Start listening. So that moment is right now. It's not about technology. It's about reawakening your mind. AI is doing something profound. It's pretty much putting back in the seat of the student, the researcher, the visionary. I do want to say it's humbling, because I haven't been there since the year 2000. And it's empowering, but it's groundbreaking for me. I'm becoming a learner, and I'm becoming a student of this. So it feels like I'm back in law school, like seriously. And believe me, I did not like law school. I actually disliked it a lot because it wasn't my energy. It was so hard, and it was so grind, and it was so hustle. Sleepless nights, literally three hours a night for several nights, 5 hours a night if I was lucky. But what I'm going to say now is that I'm not going to be that student. No, I'm not. That's not what's happening today. There's not going to be burnt out. There's not going to be any of that pivoting. It's more about alignment. And let's just think about this. It's a spiritual awakening, especially now in our 2.0 season, or at least my 2.0 season. Let's ground truth to this. God doesn't waste your first chapter. Everything you built, every barrier you broke, every hardship, including illness, was preparation. Your 2.0 life is not about starting over. It's about starting aligned. And sometimes God will use you in the most unexpected moments. Like AI. I feel like this is a new opportunity, like the moment of curiosity, to wake you back up, not to hustle harder, but to expand differently. Imagine me. I was born in 1974, so God, Lord knows, I never in my wildest dreams believed that this would happen. And so I invite you to expand differently. AI could be scary, I'm sure it is. I didn't think it would be scary. I actually don't think it is. I always call back into that state of mind where I said, nothing is too complicated for me. That was me. That's how I always operated. Because I knew with certainty that God was always with me. And so I knew that I could do things differently, because I trusted. So I invite you to reignite to that energy. If you're listening and thinking, I've lost that spark, here's how you get it back. Number 1, become a beginner again. Put yourself in rooms, tools, conversations where you don't know everything. That's where your brain comes alive again. Curiosity is your currency in this new era. Amigas, I've been putting myself in spaces that I never thought I would be. This money mindset space that I have been for the past year and a half has been a game changer with my finances. And now I'm putting myself in something different. I'm going to learn AI like no other way. I'm just going to start this new 12-week program. And mark my words, you're going to see a lot more of me. I'm going to handle my business like no other time. So I'm excited for that. So become a beginner again. Join me with this. It would be amazing. So number 2, ask better questions. In the Amiga way, the first element, the first module that I teach is ask the right question. And the most incredible epic thing about AI is learning how to ask the right question. Who knew that I would invent the Amiga way with that prompt? I guess I was onto something that I didn't even know. Just like when I went to law school. So, as you know, the first prompt is ask. But you're going to ask with intention. Instead of, can I do this? You're going to ask, what is God inviting me to explore right now? Again, what is God inviting me to explore right now? And that's exactly the question that I was asking. Number 3, regulate before you rebuild, okay? So you got to regulate that nervous system because it matters. This is not for the faint of heart. You will get frustrated, yes, but always call on to your angels, your celestial court to help you. I always do. My Archangel Michael is always defending any and every battle that I'm against. So call into those guides. You can't access inspiration by living in survival mode, okay? So the inspiration comes from within, from God, source, energy. So regulate that nervous system. Ask for help. You get to slow down. You don't have to speed up anymore. Number 4, use AI as a mirror, not a crutch. A lot of people believe, and the message is very strong, that AI is going to replace you. That's what the message is right now. And people are scared about this. But what about if it reflected back to you your brilliance? I want you to think about that. You get to use it as a mirror, reflecting your brilliance. Not something that is ordinary. Yeah, AI is going to replace a lot of things. But remember, it doesn't replace you. You get to explore ideas. You get to clarify your voice. You get to expand your thinking. This does not disconnect you from your intuition. You use this as a guide. And 5th, honor your 2.0 identity. Amigas, a lot I started feeling like this back in when I turned 40. And as I was going through the whole menopause, this really, oh my God, on top of menopause, MS, ugh, all the things. It was a crazy time. But guess what? While I am not 25, I get to draw upon that energy as if I were 25. I get to take advantage of that energy, that vibrancy, where you saw everything anew. So that's the version I want you to call upon. Get your guides to help you call upon that energy. That energy, on top of your wisdom, your current discernment, and your spiritual depth, amiga, what the heck? Stop waiting. You're not late. You're just layered. Not late, but layered. Yes, that's the right word, layered. So, amiga, I never thought I'd feel this level of exhilaration again, that I felt when I passed the bar on my first try. But here I am in my 2.0 life. I'm not chasing the title because there's nothing to chase. I'm not proving anything because I'm not proving to anyone anything. I'm a grown-ass woman with a lot of depth, a lot of layered, a lot of wisdom, and money to back me up. And obviously, my kingdom, my celestial court. I mean, it's God's kingdom, but in my current life, my family, my friends, everybody that supports me. I'm just alive again. I really am. I'm just alive. I'm curious again. I'm aligned again. I mean, I speak about alignment, and I've been having alignment throughout these years, but not at this level. The 25-year-old alignment energy. Because I don't want to trade my 25-year-old self to today. Oh, hell no. No way. No way, Jose. So if you're feeling lost, amiga, I want to tell you, explore that. Why are you feeling disconnected? What are your best years like? They're not behind you. They're in front of you. Your 2.0 life is coming, and it's calling. And maybe, just maybe, is showing up in a way you didn't expect. So here is my call to action for you. If this episode speaks to you, share it with another amiga who needs to hear it. And ask yourself today, where is God inviting me to feel alive again? And I will repeat this again. Where is God inviting me to feel alive again? This is so amazing. I am so curious to find out what you think. And if this message supports you and grounds you, please, please, please go to Apple Podcasts and leave me a 5-star review, and also a detailed review how this message supports you. So, amigas, hit me up. There's going to be so much going on, and I'm telling you that my current version isn't going to be me. And I'm so excited, because I get to do this course, this class, and I know that I'm prepared for it. And is it prepared for me? That's all I'm saying. So, amigas, have an amazing day. Love you. And remember that we're always here for you. Always and in always.